where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, real ones only, we don't mess around. Mocha, all love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respect in the space. It's family, Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. Just show a real and you already home. Pull up to the bells and bowls like a Sunday seed. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section, just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Mocha, don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Mocha got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Mocha ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. No la bell, no la boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respect in the space. It's family, Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. To show a real and you already home. Mocha said that to every bell in the space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday, and welcome. It's always a pleasure seeing each and every one of you here every time I open the porch. Hope you all had an awesome day today. It was beautiful out. And we're back here with another one. I see you all coming in. Come on in. Moderators, I see you all. Thank you all for stopping by, taking time out of your day to join me on the porch. I truly, truly appreciate it. Y'all saw the title and y'all saw the thumbnail. Not only the title and the thumbnail, but I left a pinned message up there. And I hope you all could comment on it and we'll get to it shortly. But for Shannon Annette Markita, it's been one time too many. One time too many. And is at the point where, y'all can't, y'all just ain't getting away with it. Y'all just ain't. What makes you all think this could keep happening over and over and over again? And you won't be looked at. It stops here. It stops here. And it's at a time where it has to stop. And the world wants to know, where's Naziyah? Where's Naziyah? Because right now, y'all are exposed. All your nasty, dirty laundry is in these streets. Everything y'all thought was going to stay hidden is exposed. And now y'all realize Naziyah ain't the one y'all should have played with. She ain't the one y'all should have played with. So Annette, Shannon, Markita, once again, how many times did y'all think y'all was going to get away with this before people started paying attention? No, seriously. I need to know. How long did y'all think people was just going to sit back, watch this unfold, and act like they don't see what's going on? And maybe some people were. But then when that shit show of a sentencing date came, that was it. That was the end of it for everybody. We hadn't seen enough, heard enough, witnessed enough. And that performance y'all put on, baby, that was one for the books. That was truly one for the books. But enough is enough. See, at first, everybody tried to give it a little grace. Sometimes I even questioned myself and thought maybe I was looking at it wrong. Maybe I was reading too much into it. But no, y'all are ridiculous. This shit is not just a one-time situation. This is not, this situation with Naziyah is not isolated, and we know that. We know it now. It's a pattern. It's truly a pattern. And it's time y'all be called out on it. It shouldn't be we didn't know, because y'all knew. It shouldn't be this ain't no, it just happened. How did it happen in that? And then y'all sit up there like everybody confused. Y'all shouldn't be confused. Y'all really should not be confused. And that's why me and everybody else is looking at y'all sideways. Because Naziyah ain't just fall out the sky. She ain't just end up in that situation by herself. Y'all groomed her for that situation. Y'all were supposed to be adults. And all three of y'all were very irresponsible. To the point to where y'all pretended y'all didn't see nothing. Annette, you're too old for this shit. At some point, you should have said to yourself, I'm a grandmother. And I've been doing this all my life. And maybe it's time for me to stop. But greed wouldn't let you stop. And look where greed has got you. And now you're sitting there pretending you don't know what happened. Because now I'm trying to figure out, Shannon and Annette Markita, which one of y'all thought this wasn't gonna come back around? Y'all never heard of the saying, what goes around come back around? Or y'all felt y'all done got away with this so long, it would never come back? Y'all may have been comfortable before. Y'all may have been moving a certain way before. Y'all may have thought this shit was just gonna stay quiet like the ones before. But that's over with, Annette. That's truly over with. Because in real life, you can only play with something for so long. You can only ignore something for so long. And let it slide for so long. Cover up for so long. Before a bunch of people step in and finally say, not this time. And that's exactly why Naziyah is getting all the attention that she's getting. Because Annette, Shannon, Markita, y'all failed a big time. Big time. Happy Saturday, guys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. So happy to see each and every one of you here. Nola, Bells, Bows, cousins, and friends, come on in, come on in, come on in. Grab your seat. Y'all know the routine. Grab your seat, grab your drinks, grab you something to snack on, something to smoke. If you got to go pee, do that too. Because y'all know we live, we on the porch. And when we talk about Annette, Shannon and Markita, that's a never-ending conversation. But before y'all get too comfortable, make sure you hit the like button for your girl. Share the live out. And if you were in the bushes and ain't got yourself to the point yet where you ready to step all the way in, Go on and grab yourself a membership. You look real good over here in green. Join the Nola Bells. CM King, thank you so very much, my love. And while you're doing that, double tap those emojis to the right. Let YouTube know that the porch is open. And when that porch gets active, more people start pulling up. More eyes get on this conversation. And we make sure what's being said over here keeps getting said. So just go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. Double tap them emojis. And we're going to get started. We're going to get started. But I'm going to speak to my people before I throw this disclaimer out there. I see y'all up in here. Tony, welcome, boo. My beautiful sister, Dr. J, happy Saturday. I see you, my love. Simone, I see you, boo. I see you. Simone said, most definitely. Oh, that was the pinned comment. I drop a pinned comment. And it was, tell me your thoughts. Should we dig deeper and get others involved to investigate Annette and her clan? Drop your thoughts because Mocha's ready to move. Simone said, most definitely. A highly anticipated investigation they need because they're going down for life. Hey, Samantha, welcome, sis. Happy Saturday. Samantha said, yes, everyone in her family should be investigated. And I do mean everybody. Cynthia Harmon, welcome, my love. Happy Saturday to you. Samantha said Samantha did the petition. She's going to post it on the community wall, y'all. Thank you so much, Samantha. And y'all, we're going to jump on board on that petition because something has to be done with Annette Shannon Markita. Something has to be done. Anastasia, welcome, my love. Happy Saturday to you, boo. Drag racing, I see you, beautiful soul. Lady D. Tanya, my girl, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bernice, I see you, boo. Happy Saturday, my love. My beautiful sister Rockden hit the building. Hey, boo, happy Saturday. Tanya said we should dig deeper. Let's go. Let's get it done. Sunshine, I see you, boo. Hey, Raquel Mintz, welcome, my love. Essie, my girl, I see you. I see you. Kimberly Earls, welcome, boo. Talina, welcome, welcome. Look at my girl Love Selfishly. Happy Saturday, boo. Happy Saturday. Mary Spinks, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Veronica, welcome. Happy Saturday to you. Hey, my girl Natasha, welcome, boo. Hey, Tiffany, welcome. Bren, I see you, boo. I see you. I see you. Bren, definitely monsters. Trina Ellis, I see you, my love. The Archer, I see you. I see you. Welcome, boo. Oh, the Archer said my family is from uptown New Orleans. All right, boo. My sister Rashina done hit the building. Hey, sis. Ooh, and did they put on a show? Absolutely, drag racing. To them, this wasn't supposed to get this much attention. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Kenyatta, I see you, sis. Welcome, welcome. All right. Think I got everybody. And if I miss somebody, y'all charge it to my head and not to my heart. Felicia, I see you, boo. Nikesha, welcome, welcome, welcome. And happy Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday. Guys, if you feel led to do so, please hit the like button for you, girl. And we're going to get started. Gloria, I see you, my love. Leanne, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me throw this little disclaimer out. Everything that I speak on over here on this porch is based on what they've already put out there. what they've said, what they've shown, and what other people have already brought to the table. What I'm doing, we are over here and we are putting it together. Hey, Kitty, welcome, sis. We're putting it together. We're asking questions and saying what other people just choose not to say. Now, if you are here and you don't agree with something I say, that's fine, because this is a conversation. This ain't no place where everybody got to think the same. But one thing we're not going to do is come over here acting like people can't ask questions about what they see. Because at the end of the day, we all looking at the same situation. We all seeing the same pieces. And everybody trying to make sense of it in their own way. And over here, we just not afraid to say it out loud. We definitely are not afraid to say it out loud. So, under the Copyright Act of 1976, Section 107, we're covered under fair use. We're covered under fair use. So we're talking about it, discussing it, and it could save somebody. So it's educational purposes. So guys, let's get started. For where we've been with this discussion from day one, for everything that we know up to this point, how many of you all feel that this situation with Naziyah was a one-time situation? How many of y'all feel, hey, Karen, welcome, baby. How many of you all feel that this was a one-time situation? This was the first oops that Annette had with a child coming up missing. If y'all feel this was a one-time situation, just keep it to yourself. But if you feel it ain't a one-time situation and things ain't adding up, drop some fire, some eyes in the chat, because the heat is on and we see Annette. The heat is on and we see Annette. We can't unsee. I see y'all. Hey, Dayona, welcome, boo. We cannot, Kamisha, look, my girl. We cannot unsee y'all. I see y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What we can't unsee is the people that was surrounding Naziyah. We cannot unsee that. I'm sorry. Because these people were not strangers. Her aunt, her aunts, her grandmother. So these weren't random people off the street. These weren't people just passing through. These were people that was with this child over and over and over and over again. Drag Racing said, ask the extended family. She said it wasn't. That's sad, Drag Racing. You know, to try to cover up something, Drag Racing, because that wasn't a slip of the tongue. You heard what I heard that day. When she said, Kathy, welcome, my love. Her exact words were, I knew Naziyah was going to be next. How can you unhear that? You know, I'm not poking on her, but the fact is she said it. And I don't care how you look at it, you cannot take away what you said, nor can you clean it up. And I just think it was a slip of the tongue and it wasn't meant to be said. And that's what bothers me. Because Leanne said, yep, that's what she said. I heard it too. Hey, Yolanda, welcome, my love. Absolutely, Leanne. That's what she said. But then to come back and debunk it, like that's not what I meant, but that's what you said. So I had to take what you said and run with it. And in Annette's case, you can't even ask who allowed it anymore. And the reason we can't ask who allowed it is because they're all of them, grown ass women. They were all in that house with these children. Annette, Shannon, Markita. How did y'all let it get this far? Because a lot of things in this entire situation is still not adding up for me. And we have to make it make sense. Y'all described her as having XYZ on. She had on a rugrat, a cartoon character jacket. She had on, what you said in that? Nike tennis shoes. That's what you said. And you just kept describing what she supposedly had on. That was one description. The flyer said another description. The clothes that they picked up was something different. Y'all need to make this shit make sense. The Archer, I saw it, and I call it bullshit. It gotta make sense. You know, the lies on top of the lies on top of the lies. And y'all want people to actually believe that shit. Naziyah didn't stand a chance with you all. She did not stand a chance. And if you could do that to a child, a vulnerable child, and go to bed at night like it's okay, Annette, you ain't worth the ink your name was written on that paper on. Hey, Star, welcome, niece. Welcome, boo. Happy Saturday. Star says, I've never in my life seen neglect so clear and no one is being charged. You leave your children alone in the house and they charge you with endangerment. We need answers now. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing, Star, is this. There's evidence on top of evidence. I don't give a damn what nobody says. There's evidence on top of evidence on top of evidence that's lined up against Shannon, Annette, and Markita. And you mean to tell me all of that has been overlooked and nothing is coming their way? Something is terribly wrong. Hey, Natalie, welcome, my love. Happy Saturday. Clearly, we all seen, we all heard Shannon and Annette commit perjury. That was a charge within itself. They should have been charged with neglect. Because how in the hell does a child, not just a child, how the hell does children run around in that house? And maybe it would have been questionable if it was just Naziyah that was violated, but several children. And you mean to tell me the system didn't take a deeper look at that? I don't know what's going on in Detroit. And I don't know who's covering up things in Detroit. But clearly, a lot of things are being covered up in the worst way. Hey, Lady of Faith, welcome. Being covered up in the worst way. And one thing I could say about this should be a prime example. If everything that happened to Naziyah could be hushed mouth and quieted down for 2 years, other little children don't stand a chance. Hey, April, welcome, sis. Happy Saturday. CM says, Why did the inbreds think it was a good idea for them to read victim impact statements? That's what I want to know. What my thing is, what made the prosecution want them to read a victim impact statement? All the neglect in the world, but they could read a victim impact statement. I don't get it. Lady of Faith says, this is not setting right. I agree, Mocha. These people are sick as they come. They're just as sick as their secrets. Absolutely. Is the secrets for me, Lady of Faith? How many more secrets are these people laying on? How many more children? How many more children? Star says, I'm still trying to figure out what made them the victims. I don't get it. How many more children have to come up missing, y'all? How many more? They can't make me believe. They can't make me believe that the system is not aware of the children that comes up missing on Annette's watch. How do you pat that on the hand and say, yeah, baby, okay, we're here to comfort you while you're grieving. Y'all hoes don't deserve to grieve. What y'all grieving? What y'all grieving for? Because in my heart, I still believe she's hidden. And the reason I said that even more so, let me tell you why I said even more so. As much recognition that this case has gotten, right? And if I'm wrong, I need somebody in the chat to call me down. As much recognition as the disappearance of Naziyah has gotten, and it's just my belief, if it was in fact true that Shannon and Annette and Markita has Naziyah remains and want to hold it tight and keep it a secret and it's private, they don't want the public to know nothing about it. What does that sound like to y'all? Because too many people have been invested near and far. So if they're holding on to, they say they know, they're saying that Shannon and Annette and Markita knows everything right now. They knew the location. They got Naziyah. What? Make this make sense to me. Because even if they do have her, who gave y'all the right that this should be private? The public is not supposed to know. I understand everybody has a right to their privacy. But y'all didn't feel that way when y'all was hopping on platform to platform telling y'all story. Y'all didn't feel that way when everybody was putting out the story, searching for truth and justice for her. So for it to be said that that's the situation, that's a whole bunch of bullshit to me. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Now, maybe if y'all have said she knows, Annette Shannon Markita knows where she is, I would have bought that. Tony, welcome, my love. Kim, I see you, baby, welcome. I would have bought that. I would have believed that. But all that other shit, no. Natasha said these people have gotten away with so many other things due to the people they are connected to and probably got nasty info on. But this time they exposed themselves. Lock them the fuck up. Absolutely, Natasha. Absolutely. And at this point, if it's not just for Naziyah, for Janiyah, and for every other child that comes behind them, right? There need to be bigger people looking at Annette, looking at Shannon, looking at Markita, looking at Kim Worthless. There needs to be bigger people to open up that can of sardines because something is really stink there. Something is real. Hey, Wendy, welcome, boo. Happy Saturday. Sunshine said, bullshit, they lying. Okay, so she said they don't have nothing. Now that sounds more like it. That sounds more like it, right? Now, she ain't my biggest fan. But if she said they ain't got nothing, I can almost believe that. And I don't know why in God's name Roxy is throwing those subliminals out there. Why would she do it? I don't know. If you want to keep searching and fighting and wanting answers, do that. But that other shit you're doing is just a distraction. And it take people already emotional on this. And now you got emotions going all over the place. Wondering, okay, why they're not doing A, B, C, and D if they got her. Sister Sheena says, that's a whole lot. Because in the state of Michigan, they cannot withhold where her remains are because Jarvis already was convicted and pled guilty. That Jarvis pleading guilty still got me shook. And then after I saw what I saw today, and that's all I'm going to say on that. After I saw what I saw today, Jarvis was supposed to plead guilty. Jarvis was supposed to do everything he done. I don't give a damn what nobody else say, think, or feel. I feel how I feel. I think how I think. I see what I saw. And baby, Drag Racing said, how could they allow one baby? How could they allow one baby, but allow all three of the girls to be touched? Drag Racing, that part. That part. Drag Racing, I said what I said. Drag Racing, I call that bullshit. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. To clear themselves, Drag Racing. Lady of Faith says the victim is not here anymore. Naziyah is the victim. And they want to take that from her. They made this whole thing about them with all them fake tears and fake statements. I could believe it. But why it has to be about them? Why it has to be about them? And listen, if y'all follow the pattern, if y'all look at everything that don't make sense, it tells a story without telling a story. Everybody that's in that circle that has something to say, they speak of themselves. They speak of themselves. It ain't about Naziyah. They can't say too much about her because you don't speak death on people if they're not deceased. Corruption. Kamisha says, my name is Kamisha. My family call me Cammy. What the fuck wrong with that triple smash burger, Annette Shannon and Marcus? State of Michigan, go around the corner, get their ass got way in North Carolina. But we go soon learn that that's a connection. Hey, PJ, welcome, sis. Happy Saturday. We're going to soon learn that that's a connection. I hope y'all don't think North Carolina is an accident. And something in my gut is telling me Jarvis dropped a dime. Y'all ain't gonna just pull me in on this. We got to give up something. We got to give up something against, hey, Sharon, we got to give up something. Hey, Sharon. Sharon says, stay prayed up, sis. They, Journal, have said they play with voodoo. Baby, I believe in the Almighty. You hear me? I believe in God. I don't care if Annette play with voodoo, judo, doo-doo. It makes Mocha no difference. I believe in a higher calling. And my thing is this. If she really played with it, she should have flipped it around and let it do some good for her instead of practicing it for evil. And if she really plays with it, she wouldn't have got on that witness stand claiming that she was broke. Naziyah is no longer here, so I'm financially ruined. Don't play with that shit for dirty work. Play with it for the good. Improve your condition and stop running from house to house being a squatter. Ain't nobody worrying about what they play with, baby. Not me. Mm-mm. Cynthia Harmon said the judge knew they lied. Absolutely. Absolutely. In a preliminary, she knew. Tony says, Mocha, I hope that insurance company is digging into the disappearance of Naziyah and don't give Annette ass not one penny. I would like to think, Tony, I would like to think at this point, there's no insurance money involved. I would like to think at this point, there's no insurance money involved. You know, I would also like to think if she did have insurance on her, I pray to God that the insurance company was not in Detroit, Michigan. Because as we see, a lot of foolery is going on in Detroit, Michigan. So we're just gonna rebuke that one. How do you sit up there and want to collect a dime off of a child you never gave a damn about? I can't believe the city of Detroit is quiet. I can't believe they're as quiet as they are. Naziyah meant something to everybody. Everybody. But at Annette and Shannon and Markita, Kenworthy gave them the spotlight to feel like they could play in people's face. Y'all don't know what happened. Jarvis, I hate you. You took away my first daughter before I had children. Since Naziyah's been gone, I've been financially ruined. Shut your ass up. Just shut up. Because Naziyah was being moved around when nobody knew who Naziyah was. Y'all had Naziyah in situations that she should have never been in. Exposed to things that grown people ain't never been exposed to. And y'all sitting y'all ass there and y'all still want the world to believe y'all didn't know nothing. Y'all didn't see nothing. Annette Shannon and Markita. This wasn't supposed to come back around, right? Hey, Tanika, welcome, my love. Y'all sitting y'all ass there like y'all clueless, just fucking clueless. Y'all sell that shit somewhere else. Because over here, we ain't doing that. We see straight through y'all. As a matter of fact, the world see through y'all. This did not just happen. No way. The archer says, Mocha, I know what you saw. And there was a bunch of bullshit being told, lies and garbage. Absolutely. Absolutely, the archer. And Mocha didn't want to hear that. I haven't checked my email yet, Sunshine. I'm going to check it, boo. Look, yesterday I was supposed to come on. My body was so tired. I was in the bed for 7:30 and I slept. I slept till 6 o'clock this morning. So I needed that rest. Cynthia Harmon says Annette was all about the money. She gave no fucks about those children. Absolutely. The sad part about it, it showed. It showed. Annette Shannon and Markita, y'all got 99 problems. 99 problems. And Naziyah ain't one of them. She's not y'all problem. And because if she wasn't a concern then, she shouldn't be a concern now. Now we as a people have to stand up, move forward, and get other people involved. We have to get other people involved because Annette needs to be watched. Annette needs to be checked. And just maybe, hey, Spicy, welcome, my love. Just maybe, those other children that mysteriously went away, maybe they could find out who they are. Not only find out who those other children are, maybe, just maybe, they could find the mother or the mothers to those two babies Shannon has that's not hers. So why is Shannon still Detroit crooked as fuck? Why is Shannon still walking around here and the world knows she went to get a paternity test on two children that don't belong to her? Look at all the red flags that's stacking up against Shannon Markita and Annette, and nothing is being done with them. Something is wrong. How many of you all believe that Deborah Crosby, welcome, my love. How many of you all believe there should have been a charge on Annette? Now, I want y'all to hear me well. How many of you all believe there should have been a charge on Annette just for reporting that child as a runaway to the school and not to the police? How many of you all feel that in itself should have been a charge? Because something ain't right with that. And I don't give a damn. That should have been a charge. I see y'all. I see y'all. Absolutely. Man, we ain't going no further. Put them behind your back because you coming downtown. Who in their right goddamn mind go and report a child missing at the school? That's a whole charge. And if it don't get no better, because everything we heard, the prosecutors heard it. So I don't understand the play. I don't understand. Before 5% died, 5% said him and his family were passing out flyers once he found out Naziyah was gone. He said as they were passing them out, Shannon and Markita was pulling them down. So they had no desire, and let's backtrack. Just by Annette reporting at that school, there was no desire to find a Naziyah. Shannon and Markita pulling down flyers, there was no desire to find a Naziyah. Markita tried to get everybody to stop looking for Naziyah. Markita made a post on Facebook. Y'all, please stop looking. She's been found. Naziyah was at the liquor store on a corner of wherever. So they were doing everything in their power for people to not search for Naziyah. So doesn't that tell a story? We didn't need no jury. We didn't need no trial to know that this story that they had already put out here, nobody was picking it up. Nobody. 5% said he put flyers up, him and his family. Shannon and Markita, big funky asses, was pulling them down. Naziyah didn't come home that night. Annette went to sleep. When she woke that dry ass wig up, she didn't even wash her damn face. She went, found lady, went straight to the school and reported that child as a runaway. And nobody picked that up. Nobody picked that up. And you know my thing is, if Naziyah is really gone, give us proof. Give us proof. And if you can't give us proof, I'm not buying the fact that she is. Because we also have to go back to the charges that disappeared on Jarvis. And his sidekick with the lies today, no. Talina says, I love to know how the extended family is so informed. Allegedly, they claim that she ain't been found. I don't believe that. Again, like I said, they would have to show me different. They would have to show me different. I'm with you, sis. Sheena said, who the hell goes to sleep when a child is missing? I'll wait that part. Shannon told on her own mama during the preliminary hearing. Shannon said when Naziyah didn't bring her ass home, I asked my mama if she wanted me to call the police. She told me to sit my ass down. I'll take care of it tomorrow. And Annette laid her dry ass in a bed with that dry ass wig and went to sleep. And I've always said, it's okay to discuss the things that they put out here, right? But what's bigger is we have to discuss the things that they're not putting out here. You have to sit there and make 1 + 1 = 2. Our 2, not their 2. Because for them, 1 + 1 is 3. Gloria says, I'm surprised the state don't go after Annette for fraud. Because she was still receiving money. Still receiving money. Annette needs to be charged. And when you charge her, them 2 little piglets going to be right behind her, oink, oinking all the way to jail. Hey, Lisa, welcome, my love. Happy Saturday to you, boo. Lady D said if there was any family members of Naziyah, they would be outside the courthouse, shouting as loud as they can. And Annette and Shannon need to be in jail. No justice, no peace. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, when it comes to things like this, there should not be limits as to how far you would be willing to go. But you know what? People talk about this case. Can't be reopened. Hell, yes, it can be. It can be. If you get to the right people, and if you shout loud enough, and if you make enough noise, and if you start uncovering shit that's possible to expose some shit, I promise you, this case will reopen. You got to get to the Attorney General. Get to the news stations. Just don't go to Fox. Because y'all saw what they done us in the courtroom. Like they had one camera. You have to make shit shake. Hey, Leah, welcome, boo. Talina says Annette, school staff, Shannon, Markita, Kate, all the other baby mamas contacted that night. Nobody's innocent right now. Nobody. Hey, Janice, welcome, baby. Nobody. And I don't care how much you want to hold a conversation about it. A family member of mine, nobody would sleep. Nobody would sleep. And just looking at, and you know, just looking at what's not happening, right? To get justice and to get closer to finding out where this child is. Just looking at what's not being done speaks volumes as to how we got here. That's all I'm going to say on that. There's no urgency. There's no we're in a rush. And just like there's no urgency for the truth, there's no urgency for closure, there's no urgency to find out, you could best believe there was no goddamn urgency to protect her either in that house. So what we're seeing right now on the back end is what that child experienced every day in that trap. Every day. Just lying. Lady D said the prosecutor should have been looking at what the judge said in the preliminary. I asked, where are the charges for Annette and Shannon for perjury? Girl, there was a reason why they didn't use her as the judge. I promise you, there was a reason. There was a reason. Essie says, Moca, they know she's still alive. Essie, I'm starting to believe that too. That's Essie. Because why else? You know, why else, Essie, would they move the way they're moving? Why else would they pretend, show no emotion, had no urgency to search, went to bed that night? Annette had to be forced to do a press conference. So am I supposed to sit here and believe what they're telling me to believe? Mm-mm. And I'm going to stand on what I've said before. Jervis Butts is where he is today. That plea he took, I'm going to continue to say all of that was a part of the plan. I don't give a damn what nobody else say, because everybody got a right to feel how they feel. But this is how Mocha feel. That was part of the plan. Kim says they're not charged because she knows Kim worthless, and that is a conflict of interest. Absolutely. Absolutely. Drag Race and say, man, he was lying so bad he couldn't sit still. Child, I saw it all. Deborah Crosby says they knew where she was all the time. Why go looking for Naziyah when they knew? Deborah Crosby. That part. The fake crying. the don't give a damn attitude. They done gave 5011 interviews. You all heard me, 5011. They gave 5011 interviews in these YouTube streets. Not a piece of fucking emotion. But yet, their baby was gone. I ain't buying none of that shit. It's hard to believe. You know, it might be hard for some of the family to believe that these people are capable of this, but my thing is, you know that family. You done been around them your whole life. You know that others done disappeared on our watch. So what makes you think, if she done it to others, what makes you think Naziyah is different? What makes y'all think it wouldn't be done to Naziyah what was done to the others? I want to know. Tony says, Mocha, what I can't understand is why do they have those children going to therapy if Annette and Shannon and Kim Worthless won't give them babies closure and tell them where Naziyah is? I don't know. Maybe the therapy is for what they've endured. They ain't going to tell those children where Naziyah is, and that's just my opinion. The only reason I feel that they won't tell the children anything about Naziyah because they don't want the world to know. A complete cover-up. Why tell you? Why tell me? Because then my cover is going to be blown. So why should I say anything? Kamisha says, I want to know why they accepted that and reported to her brother-in-law, Mr. Harris. Why would they accept that? And it was never questioned. Never questioned. You hear me? Rashina said, Mocha, we got to get them texts. When Shannon told Roxy she was missing, it will tell it all. I got them. Hey, Carla Henry, happy Saturday, baby. Welcome. Miss Gemini says, Mocha, I want to know why. Why he wasn't charged for touching his other youngest daughter. It was said on a recording of Roxy talking to someone. What? Another child? Besides the one that spoke? Say it ain't so. Please, Miss Gemini, say it ain't so. Now, and Roxy played the recording. See, shit like that. Why he didn't get charged for touching his youngest daughter? Uh-uh. 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 Where Roxy get it from? See, this is the bullshit I be talking about. The distractions. Because now I'm going to ask the question, where did Roxy get it from? Did Shannon tell her that? Did somebody actually hold a conversation with Roxy and told Roxy this man touched and violated his youngest daughter? Because now I don't want to know which child. Is it one of Shannon's children or is it a child by another woman? And why would they give it to Roxy and not go bring it to the authorities? See, oh, child, Blues Clues always coming up with something. I always told y'all. I don't care what happens and what don't happen. Blues Clues always got information that nobody else got. I don't believe a damn thing Blues Clues say because Blues Clues is looking for attention. My girl Samantha says, what I want to know is what was Shannon talking about when she asked Roxy, this is what you wanted, right? Boom. I've been saying that, Samantha. over and over and over again. And we still never got clarification with that. And right after that conversation, they pulled Mark Diaz clean off the case. Too much camera footage, too much was being shown to the world. Because we none could deny. Everybody got footage of it. I don't give a damn how much Mark D done took it down. Everybody has that video clip. Hearing Shannon ask Roxy, this is what you want. This is what you wanted, right? So what is it that she wanted? What is it? Because now you gotta make it make sense. We gotta make it make sense. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Deborah Crosby said they were running scared that night, trying to get rid of evidence. Of course they couldn't sleep. They would see Naziyah and what they done to her. I think, and that's just my opinion, they was buying time. Let me get out of the way. Let me do what they gotta do. Let them do what they gotta do. And that way, whenever it becomes noticeable or visible to the public, they'll be long gone. Because I take you right back to that press conference. Nobody can make me believe when Annette did that press conference, Annette was not speaking directly to somebody. Annette was speaking to somebody. And nobody wants to admit that. Rashina said, listen, my little cousin went missing at a cookout. We was 100 deep. All took off looking and knocking on doors. Her little butt was sleeping in her tent. That's what real family does. Absolutely. You don't stop. You don't stop. Tanika said it's the first oops that she got caught. Tanika, she didn't think she would get caught, boo. She really didn't. Essie, they truly, truly know. They know. And it's sad. It's sad. And what my thing is, if you done fucked up and made a bad decision, okay. You made a bad decision. But don't drag all these people in it. And just say the truth. That's where she is. Deborah Crosby said them kids seen what was going on in that house. Because it happened to them too. That's why they need therapy. Absolutely. Tony says, but Mocha, why put them on a stand? That just set them babies back. But let me tell you. Tony, do you think the prosecutor gave a damn about those children? Look at what they put those children through. The prosecutor didn't give a damn about those little children. Because if they did, if the prosecution gave a damn about those children, right? Poor little Janiyah would have never been called upon the day of sentencing to go and face her daddy. They'd have never put that child through that again. Never. And everything else that happened in that courtroom that day was a complete shit show. Those people don't care about those children. And let me tell you why those children could also be in therapy. Those children can also be in therapy because they don't want the heat to turn back to the state. They don't want CPS question So right now it has to look like CPS is really doing their fucking job when it didn't do their fucking job back then. Annette, you're sad. You're sad. You're a sad, old, pitiful ass woman. Living for a check. Deborah Crosby said that's what they were doing. Mocha, I always thought they were buying time. That's why that car was tore up in the front when Jarvis returned ugly car the next day. Absolutely. They're always in on it. Spicy says, when Jarvis pled guilty, what does that have to do with the others that Kilworthy claims that will be arrested? Or did she just lie at the press conference? Spicy, she lied. She lied plain as day. That lady also said people that was really close to Jarvis Butts saw Jarvis Butts and Naziyah together that day. And more arrests are coming. And we have not seen one arrest made yet. Not one. Don't ever believe. Because in my opinion, not only should Shannon, Markita, Annette be arrested, King needs to be arrested as well. Because shit didn't happen at that shop without him knowing. All these grown ass people failed these children. All these grown people failed these children. And then they come back and lie. Trying to clean this shit up. Too late to clean it up. You did what you did. You said what you said. And the children had to pay the price for it. Because I don't know why it was never challenged. See if that extended family get a goddamn good lawyer. One that's going to pull out all the stops. Investigate everything that needs to be investigated. They could turn Detroit up the fuck side down. You hear me? Annette will go away for a long time. Her two baboons will be in tow. Kim Worthy will go with them. A good lawyer would truly make it happen. Too many lies and too many inconsistencies around a missing child. Where does the truth really live? Because nobody questioned Annette when Shannon said Annette left the house at 3 o'clock that particular day. Naziyah was getting off the bus at 3 o'clock. Naziyah walked in the house at 3:05. But Annette took off driving and didn't return till after 6 that evening. So you mean to tell me nobody checked Annette's GPS system? Something is terribly bad with this. And we see it plain as day. And that's what frustrates us the most. Is because we see it and Detroit don't want to acknowledge it. They want to talk about Jarvis. Jarvis is a monster. Absolutely he is, Janice. Jarvis is a monster, certified, on paper, that he is. But y'all know what's even worse? Every adult that allowed Jarvis, because y'all got to understand, Jarvis did not kidnap these little children. Every adult that ever allowed Jarvis access to these children, they all should be locked the fuck up too. I'm just saying. Because how does a man, supposedly a strange ass man, walk into your house and get that goddamn comfortable with children that's not even his? Look at how comfortable he got with his own. Every adult that allowed it to happen should be locked up along with it. Because children don't just volunteer and say this is what they want. They have to be groomed into shit like this. And Annette, you did a good job. Tony said he don't care about any of those children. And Shannon Funk ass rather argue with Kenya instead of getting on the stand with her daughter. Ain't no way in hell a mom could let her daughter go up there. Let me tell you something. But yet these people want to argue. Listen, Tony, but these people want to argue. What's the difference? That what's the difference? Shannon didn't go up there with her daughter because she still got visitation. I don't give a damn. And that's where the system is crooked at. How do you give visitation to Shannon and she's the one that put these children in harm's way? Why wasn't that checked? Shannon allowed Jarvis inside of that home to have free range with these children. But y'all giving Shannon visitation. Make this shit make sense. So you mean to tell me these children have to relive this horror every time they look at Shannon? Every time they see Annette? So y'all not trying to fix these children? And y'all wasting the therapist's time. Because you're putting them right back in the hands of the same monster that put them in that situation to begin with. Now make that make sense. Shannon should not ever have access to her children again. Not even on a visitation. Markita should never see hers again. And Kim Worthless, you sad as hell if you go dig up some more children and give to fucking Annette. This is crazy to me. Annette has history. Shannon now has history. Markita now is labeled with history. And y'all go put children back in their care. Y'all crazy as shit. Spicy says Annette should have been questioned after they found out that she waited till the next day to report her as a runaway. When she lied on the stand and said she was a good girl and never did this before. Spicy, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. Children falling by the wayside. She didn't say, oh, it's monitored visitation. And also, that's why when she went back to court, she was denied getting them back. She should have never even been given the opportunity to go to court. At all. At all. But nobody wants to do nothing about that. Shannon said he does come to the house. Annette lying ass said Jarvis don't come to our house when the video told the story. Absolutely, Tony. This is disgusting. But with them, 1 minute is one thing. 1 minute, the next minute is something else. Then it's I don't know. Then it's silence. But Annette Shannon Markita, which one is it? Because ain't none of y'all paid attention to these children. None of y'all. None of y'all. Shut the school down because them motherfuckers lied too. You know, people, everybody in this world ain't crazy, right? And like I said, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. Sure enough, it is. Sure enough, it is. Because why is it? Why is it? Would the church kick Annette out the minute the heat came about with Naziyah being missing? After we done seen all the photos of what goes on in that church. We done seen poor little Janiyah in that church. But then Naziyah comes up missing. The church don't want no parts of it. So they kicking that ass out. Man, Detroit ain't shit. Carla Henry said Shannon, them children don't need to be in their care or in Detroit. They need to be put in another state. How children are in school, they might tease them children because children can be mean. Absolutely. Absolutely. Charlotte Stewart, I see you, my love. Happy Saturday, baby. It's a shame. Those children don't deserve to be around them at all. And I mean at all. And you know what irritates my soul is why this keeps happening. Why did they allow this shit to keep happening over and over and over again? Why? These people had no limits on how far they would push them children. I don't give a damn what the prosecutor said about Jarvis being dealing with Naziyah for 2 years. That's bullshit. Jarvis been in Naziyah's life since she was 2. That shit been going on. And they're just gonna brush it off. This shit is unreal. Unheard of. And the more you listen to people talk, the more you watch people make appearances, the more lies you hear. The more you start recognizing people were truly involved without saying they were involved. I don't give a damn. Body language tells a story. Body language tells a story. Deborah Crosby said the heat was on that church, so they had to get rid of her. Tanya said the church didn't want that heat. Absolutely. Sheena said stiff wig was in violation because her brother is a top tier SA. So is Jarvis. They should have never been around them children. Lock her ass up and take that stiff wig and bury it, sis. Just like we hold conversations about Eric Gamble. I don't give a damn which one of the relatives loves him because he's the best uncle. I don't give a goddamn. Annette should have been locked up. The moment that video started circulating with Naziyah in a hotel room with Eric Gamble, Annette should have been locked up. Annette should have been locked up. Just knowing at 13, Naziyah was drinking and smoking weed. And it was being given to her in that house by Shannon Markita and their men. Annette should have been locked up. And everybody making excuses. This is sad. Yolanda says, Moca, I heard that the people in jail are after Jarvis. They're going to make him tell where Naziyah is. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Yolanda. I'm going to tell you why. I don't believe that. Jarvis is in intake right now, right? Jarvis is in protective custody. Jarvis spends 23 hours in the cell, 1 hour out. Ain't much Jarvis could do in that 1 hour that he's out, other than wash his ass, because he don't have phone privileges. So ain't nobody doing Jarvis shit. Nobody. And that kind of that, I I keep my thoughts to myself. But Jarvis ain't talking in there. Jarvis ain't trying to have no friends in there. Jarvis ain't trying to communicate with nobody in there. So I don't believe Jarvis got himself in a position to where somebody's going to do harm to him. I mean, I understand they got some dirty COs out there. The jailers, they'll let what happened, whatever happened. But where Jarvis is right now, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't believe it. Now, it may be, but I just don't believe it. Janice say, it's all about the money and control. Frank ain't innocent either. Janice, you better talk your shit, girl. You better talk your shit. Tony says all of Jarvis' victims and witnesses need to go to the courthouse and protest and seek their own justice for what happened to them. That bastard was locked up and y'all let him out and he didn't go to rehab. And you know what? If he wouldn't have turned himself in, Tony, he would have still been out here doing the same shit. He'd have still been out here doing the same shit. And now Kim Worthy is looking for redemption. She fucked up. So at whatever cost I got to do what I got to do, that's what I'm going to do. And that's how we end up where we are right now. That's how we end up where we are right now. Ain't nobody clapping hands and in agreement with Jarvis Butts and the shit he done. Jarvis is a sick bitch. Everything that he gets, he deserves it. But you cannot erase the fact that these children was handed to him on a silver platter. They knew. They knew. They knew. This is sad on all levels. This is sad. But I still want proof. And I know y'all still want proof that she's no longer here. The world wants proof that this child is no longer here. We can't just take these people's word for it. Because they've been playing in our faces for 2 years. And you mean to tell me in 2 years, this is the furthest we got? Because shit, for him to take that plea, he could have did that as soon as he got arrested. He should have confessed when he got arrested. And we wouldn't have had to go through all of that bullshit. But that was intentional. That was intentional. And now if y'all notice, all of a sudden, I ain't say nothing in 2 years, 2 months, 9 days. All of a sudden I pop out. Baby, listen. Everybody is in a position right now trying to cover thine own ass. Everybody's trying to cover thine own ass. because everybody's hands was in a cookie jar. Everybody when it came to those children. If a child comes in my house right now, and whoever the person is, the child is with, I'll be stupid as fuck not to recognize that's a child, and even stupider not to ask them who that child belongs to and why that child is here. So the logic that comes behind the story and the bullshit that people is selling and want us to buy it, Mocha's not buying it. Especially seeing a bunch of children at an auto shop. Children ain't got no business being at no goddamn auto shop. I don't give a damn how you slice the cake. That's not a place for children. That's not an indoor playground. So you mean to tell me daddy could take children to work every day and that's acceptable? Isn't that a liability? So you mean to tell me you're willing to risk the insurance, risk the liability, just so daddy can have me time with his children at the shop? Get the fuck up out of here. Tanya said, let's talk about Frank. I don't care what I heard Frank said earlier on a podcast. He's just as guilty as the rest of the clan. My thoughts on that has not changed. Has not changed from what it initially was. And I'm going to say it over and over and over again. The lies keep resurfacing. And all you have to do is open your eyes and pay attention. Because everybody is covering thine own ass. Now, the next one you may hear from might be King. He got a story to tell too. But who's really buying it? Who's really buying it? This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. Everybody will eventually pay for what they did to this child. Knowingly seeing her with this nasty ass man and said nothing and did nothing. How do you feel a grown man, 40 plus years old, walking around with a 13-year-old on your arm saying that's your woman? But everybody else looked at that and that shit was acceptable? No way. No way. There's no way. You just don't do that. Like that's some normal shit. Ain't nothing normal about that. Detroit may not want to do nothing with these people. But there's a higher calling that's going to sit them all down in a little while. And we ain't got to sit up here and hoop and holler and say this, that. Nah, just wait on it. Because like I said, they ain't got away with nothing. They didn't get away with nothing. It's only the beginning for Annette. It's only the beginning for Shannon. And it's only the beginning for Markita. Annette, you think you having financial difficulties now. You have not seen nothing. Markita, you think you homeless. Think you can't keep a man nor a job. Marcus, you ain't. And Shan, if you think you looking the way you looking, sleeping in your car, can't eat like you said and shit like that, this is just the beginning. You hoes will not get away with the injustices and the abuse that y'all put on these children. Nothing is right about that. Nothing. Imagine Annette being the go-to house. Everybody cheering going there. And they got monsters in a goddamn closet. And Annette pulling them out one by one. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Annette live in Ronald McDonald land. Those red and yellow colors. Mm-hmm. She lives in the Ronald McDonald house. But they denying ever seeing her. See what I mean when I say cover the unknown ass? Nobody wants to be affiliated with nobody. All of a sudden, I'm pulling myself back. I'm detaching myself from certain people because I don't want the heat. Too late. Tanya said, Mocha, everybody has their own song and dance. They're dancing to no music. Absolutely, Tom. Absolutely, Tanya. Absolutely. But in due time, they're all going to dance to the Naziyah's music. She's going to pull the strings and plug the chords and plug the keys. They all will soon dance to her music. And I said I wasn't going to come here long today. Just wanted to chit chat for a minute. And I know y'all just as invested as I am. And y'all got a lot to say. So I'm going to pop out tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll do it a little different. I'm going to give you all a right to get on this panel and say how you feel. I want y'all to voice it. And since this sentencing, since this bullshit ass trial, everybody has been in an uproar. So we're going to have a little open panel tomorrow. And you all could get up here, say how you feel, freely speak it. Because over here, y'all know it's a no judgment zone. Because Naziyah matters. I don't give a damn how they want to slice it. She matters. Janet said somebody's going to start singing real soon. Can't hold it in too long. It's eating them up. Don't know who, but one of them is ready to break. I can't wait for it, Janice. Tanya said, Mocha, no exceptions by no means at all. That's not the real norm. Hell no, it ain't. Spicy says, I have a very good judgment of character. And I agree with what the last person said about Frank. He doesn't fool me one bit. You better know it. Spicy, you better know it. That was a shit show. Another one. Another one. Hey, my girl, look at Yakia is up in here. Happy Sat Mocha. It's Yakia. I was a GM for McDonald's for 8 years. And the reason why the colors are yellow and red is because it attracts the eyes of the younger crowd. Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. So why do he have the Ronald McDonald fence and pretend he knows nothing? Get the fuck up out of here. Well, guys, we came out here to do what we had to do. We set out of here for an hour and a half today. I'm going to let you all go and enjoy the rest of your evening with your family. And I want you all to set those notifications because we will be back here on tomorrow with an open panel. And I hope you all join me up here so you all can speak how you feel. And we'll just have an interesting Sunday evening chit chat. So, guys, on your way out, if you've not hit that like button, if you're not engaged with those emojis, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. I appreciate everybody that pulled up on me, shared the live, thumbed it up. Thank those that supported the channel through super chat, super stickers. Make sure your notification is on so you're notified when I go live. Guys, other than that, we're out of here. Justice for Naziyah. Good night. God bless. And I'll see each and every one of you later.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motivated from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Moca in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead 'em from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the NOLA where the soul don't break. Mocha built the lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love. It's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh no, no bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. We rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the NOLA Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Stand tall and join the family.
Good night, everyone. God bless. And make sure you have those notifications on, and I'll see you later.